Welcome to another Cardano update. So as you can see, Cardano is currently trying to bounce back, and maybe the low right here is already in. Maybe we're actually having a C-wave move to the upside, and honestly that could be the case because if we look at the Bitcoin chart, as you can see, Bitcoin is currently going up and it's currently heading to about $80,000. Now, why is that? Well, it's because Bitcoin is pretty much a similar looking structure to Cardano. So here we went up in a 1-2 setup after we got this low and we went to 49K, and then we went into another A-B structure, and right now we need a C wave of that A-B structure to complete the C wave and the third wave of this 1-2 setup. And in order for that to happen, obviously, we need to go up in at least 3 waves, and these 3 waves should get to at least $80,000 and 600. And then, of course, that would complete the third wave. And by the way, we could always go higher than that. We don't have to go to exactly this extension. So we could go to like the 2.272 extension or even the 2.618 before getting the fourth wave move down. Honestly, we could even get to about 100K in the third wave right here before getting a correction. So I don't know what will happen, but, the minimum target is the 200% extension. Now, what does that mean? Well, as you can see on the Bitcoin chart, we just broke above the triangle pattern that we were in for the past 6 or 7 months now. And yeah, we are very close to new all-time highs. I don't think Bitcoin will get another low in this wave right here. And I think the pump that we always get at the end of the halving year and in the post-halving year is about to start, and I think we're about to get to at least 100K by the end of the year, and we'll start the altcoin season most likely in November, and the altcoin season will most likely start in November. Now let me explain why. So as you can see, Bitcoin needs to get to $80,000, and I have mentioned this multiple times, Bitcoin always goes down in Q4, so this was not really a surprise to me. I don't know why people are surprised by this. And also, let's look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. Bitcoin dominance keeps putting in new highs, and it's approaching the 0.618 extension right here, which is at 60.34%. So we could theoretically get to that target today, and we could topple the Bitcoin dominance chart very, very soon because, like I said, my minimum target for Bitcoin dominance for this cycle is 60%, which is the 0.618 extension, because as you can see, in the previous cycle, we also got the 0.618 extension. Well, not really, but we were very close to that, and then after we almost got to it, we had an altcoin season. And also, what do you know? We did it in the exact same time period. As you can see, this was also a halving year, and what do you know? We also went up in August and September, and then in November we went down. And I think in this cycle we will do the exact same thing. Now, I don't know if we will get another pump in December and maybe go above 60%. I'm not sure about that. But what I know is that Bitcoin dominance always goes down in November, and I've talked about this multiple times already. In the past 8 years, or actually 9 years, Bitcoin dominance always went down in November. So yeah, I think it's going to start going down in November, and we'll see what happens after that. Honestly, I think it's very unlikely that we get another high in December, so we might top in like 1 day or 2, and we could always get the altcoin season in November. Now, of course, we don't have to start the altcoin season exactly on November 1st. So, we could get a few more highs and, maybe we start the altcoin season on November 17th or so. It does not have to be on the 1st, Anyways, keep a very close eye on this chart because what will happen in the next couple of days is very, very important. Now, let's look at the Cardano chart. As you can see, yeah, Cardano is still not looking great, but it makes sense, and of course not going to go up when Bitcoin dominance is pretty much at new cycle highs right now. So I still think Cardano is looking quite good right now, and in my opinion, and this is not financial advice, I think the second wave move down right here already bottomed. I don't think we will see a other second wave move down unless Bitcoin for some reason drops right now, which would not make the most amount of sense considering the fact that Bitcoin does not really drop in Q4. So yeah, I don't really see that happening, which means that Cardano should not get another low in the second wave move down right here, And we should finally get a C wave right here. Now let me talk about the Elliott wave count again for those who did not watch my previous videos. So after getting this low right here, on August 5th, we went up in 3 waves. We went up in an ABC structure to form a first wave move to the upside. As you can see, the C wave went to it actually went above the 200% extension of the AB structure, and that's good, but we did not get 5 waves up, so, this first wave is not perfect, but it can still be counted as a first wave move up. And then after that, we went down into an ABC structure to form a second wave move down right here. I don't know where it went. Here it is. And then after that, we formed another 3-wave move to the upside, which formed this A wave. And this is the A wave of the third wave right here. And this is the third wave of this 1-2 setup right here. And right now, for the past, I would say, month or so, we have been on this B wave to the downside. And as you can see, this B wave did not invalidate the A wave. We did not go below this low here, which means that right now there is potential for the price to start bouncing, and there is potential to get a C wave to the upside. And that C wave should get to 52.7 cents, which is the 200% extension of this 1-2 setup right here. And in my opinion, when Bitcoin dominance starts dropping in November, I think Cardano will finally be able to get to these targets. So I think November will be a very good month for Cardano. Now, of course, you could say that we broke below this trend line right here, but this trend line does not really mean anything. And also, as you can see, we are currently trying to get back above it. So yeah, I mean, this trend line was only here to see what Cardano is up to. I mean, as you can see, when we were in the trend line, Cardano was in an uptrend. And now that we broke below it, there was the chance for Cardano to get another low. But it did not get another low. It held support levels. As you can see, it kind of reacted to the 0.786 support level. So there is potential for Cardano to start bouncing right now. Now, if we do start bouncing, first we need to get above the bull market support band, because we got rejected by it multiple times already. And, in my opinion, if we want to stay bullish and if we want to confirm that something more bullish is actually happening and we are not about to get a second wave move down to like 24 cents or so, then we need to get above the bull market support band and then above this trend line as well, and then to the 200% extension right here to complete a third wave. Then after the third wave, we will need a fourth wave move down, and this fourth wave, it does not have to be too deep, but it's most likely going to be like a 10 to 20% drop. And then after that, we need a fifth wave move up, and that fifth wave will finally confirm that the second wave move down right here is in, and that we are actually in a third wave move to the upside, which will be a third wave move of this 1-2 setup right here. And like I said, the third wave is usually the most impulsive, so we could get to new all-time highs in this third wave, as you can see in the previous cycle, after we had this 1-2 setup right here, which, by the way, pretty much finished at the exact same time of this cycle as this cycle. We had this third wave move to the upside, and what do you know? This third wave move to the upside also happened after Bitcoin dominance stopped and after Bitcoin dominance started going down like crazy. And also, look at what happened in the halving year, in the previous halving year. So as you can see, Cardano was not really doing anything. It was going sideways in September and October, and then all of a sudden, when Bitcoin dominance started going down, Cardano went from about 8 cents to about 20 cents, and it went up about 100% in a matter of 29 days. And even though Bitcoin dominance continued to go down in December, as you can see, Cardano did not really care about that. It just continued going sideways, and then when Bitcoin dominance was done with its thump, that's when we got the real third wave move to the upside. And while right now we also need a third wave move to the upside, and Bitcoin dominance is close to topping. So, in my opinion, and this is not financial advice, Cardano will do exactly what it did in the previous cycle right here, and if that's the case, then the third wave should theoretically go above this previous all-time high right here and go about $3.10, and then maybe get to the 1.618 extension like we got in the previous cycle in the third wave, and then we get the fourth wave, and the first wave move out will put us at about $7 or $8, and maybe we'll touch this trend line right here that we have on the chart. As you can see, we have 2 touch points already, so We have to wait and see what happens with this. And like I said, Cardano, yes, it can be slow at times and you need a lot of patience, but once it starts pumping, then it pumps and, it never stops after that. So I'm expecting Cardano to get a pump very, very soon, as long as it holds the 22 cents level. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want to support the channel and if you want access to all of our charts. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.